Hello and welcome to Let's Attempt to Play. In today's episode we will be playing the best game in the history of the world. Not only is it the best game in the history of the world, it also has the best start screen in the history of the world. If you just look over to my right hand side there, you'll see the computer screen. It's a reflection of what we are doing on our computer screen. And inside the computer screen is a reflection of what we are doing in the computer screen. To the right of our computer. I'm so confused. Anyway, let's get on with it. But first, I'm going to show you those extras, achievements. I got an achievement for turning that on. So, yeah, best game in the world. Okay, here we are in the game. Now we're just going to look around here. Any things we can do? There's a computer. The phone. Okay, let's walk about. 428. No, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean?
What could
Stanley
it possibly
decided
mean?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where the hell's the meeting room? Meeting room! Where are you, meeting room? No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ha! Well, sucks to be you, because I'm going to go in the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I did. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Look, here I am.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes, absolutely immaculate. I mean, look at it. Look at the notepad placed immaculately. Immaculately, is that a word?
Yes,
probably not. What?
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Alright,
Really
alright. Alright, chill out,
But
I'm
eager
leaving.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's not take the first open door. Let's continue on.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh my god.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh my god.
Neglecting Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
I kind of want to jump off.
Oh,
fuck.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Okay, so that was a slight bad idea. Let's try again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Blah
could
blah
it
blah,
mean?
all the co-workers are
Stanley
gone.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Memos. Who even reads memos? Here's a memo! I'm not gonna read
When
that.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go to the left this time. Let's listen to Mr. Narrator. Hello?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Huh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers. Oh. Slick brew graphic. Yeah, I forgot to speak. Continue onwards before I forget how to breathe.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna go downstairs because fuck you. I'm gonna hide under the stairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting
This
he
is
had
true.
left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All
Exactly.
because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. Blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Neither
As
does
Stanley
this
pondered this,
game!
he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Ah!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? Finally, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled.
Oh, thank God, there we go, sorted. It's all a dream.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh God.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
I'm tripping so many balls!
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing
This game
me,
is so
thinking
amazing.
about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it
If
all
you haven't
very
played
odd,
this
he wondered
game,
if this
go out
voice
and
would
play
do
it
all the
now.
people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely, surely, if he could he would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
This game has got really serious really quickly. What the fuck?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh my God.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh, you know what, guys? I'm gonna leave it there. This game is beyond. This game, I've got no words for this game. You need to play this game. The comedy in it, the narratives, just the gameplay itself. It's not action-based. It's a beautiful story. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this game and this video, and I hope that you download this game and play this game, because it is a beautiful game. It's the most amazing game in the world. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.
All of his co-workers were gone.
It never ends! This game is amazing!